When I was going to high school, my best friend, Simone Habib, I'm saying her name because I know her, she's not Simone Habib anymore, and there's probably a lot of them. So she was from Lebanon. She was born in Lebanon. Of course, her parents were from Lebanon. They were Lebanese Christians. And the reason why I'm saying that is they came here at that time because as a refugee status, because it was so dangerous. All of Lebanon was Christian, basically, and it had an invasion of Islam. Islam came in. It was around past the time of when Iran had already been taken over. This would have been in, oh, it's hard to remember back that far. When was it that I was in high school? 78 to like in the 80s, I guess. Yeah. And in the 80s that I knew her, and then she ended up moving back to Lebanon. She ended up marrying a Lebanese Christian there. But in the meantime, because they had a very good close connection, they would travel back and forth, even though it was very dangerous. It was war torn. There was check stops all over. The Islams had check stops all over. If you had anything that they found like that was offensive, that would have been it for you. Right there in your seat, they would just do away with you. It was so terrifying, the things that she told me. And do I think that she was exaggerating? No, I don't, because now that I'm hearing everything and I'm seeing what's going on, and I have paid attention to what went on in Iran and what goes on in Lebanon and everything, because she did move back there, right? Like she decided. And I said, well, why would you do that? Why would you move there? It was so dangerous. She talked about one time when they came through the town that she was in, where her grandparents were, where they had cut off the heads of all the Christians, and then they went around and knocked on the doors, and they had them on poles. And she said that she was standing on a balcony looking over, and the pole, they brought the head up, so she got to see, and it was family members and stuff like that, right? This is what happened in Lebanon, guys. And this is right beside, like, it's all the same thing. We're seeing like Lebanon has been attacked. Now Lebanon is in the fight. Lebanon has never been totally taken over, but it's been this fight back and forth to Christian to this Islamic, and they tried to take over. When Islam takes over a country, you have no more rights. Women have no more rights. Women are less than an animal. Women are the ones they have to be covered up. They have to, like, the amount of human crimes that Iran, that whole regime, and it's ancient. This, when you go back, the further you go back, you see this was always to destroy the feminine, to always take that out of it, to always subdue the feminine. It was always, and then they work along, and they do this with every country that they go in and invade. What you're seeing here happen in Canada and United States, how the school system got all messed up and they started teaching our kids that are insane. You think, well, that has nothing to do with them. Yes, it does. Because they destabilize the country first. They put in doubts in people. Like a lot of the conspiracies that you may have heard along the way, the last 10 years, 15 years, has come from them, has come from this whole organization. This organization is so large. And if you go into Promethean Action, you will find out that it's from England. It starts with that whole regime, the Catholic Church, that whole thing, the Muslim Brotherhood. All of this has been to completely take over and enslave mankind and bring them down to a certain population. And right now we're seeing a replacement population, guys, where all of our rights and money and everything, our tax money, we're becoming slaves. The people who are in Canada, we're becoming slaves to the new population that's getting everything free. So this is what they do. This is what the CIA documents that I found years and years ago, and now you'll see them all over the place talking about what they did to the Soviet Union. before before the First World War and the Second World War, what that was all about. If you start to go into what happened to that country, that whole area, that Europe, that whole area, why that happened, you're going to see, and everybody's blaming the Jews on this one, right? I even hate saying that, because if you start looking into it, it looks like that. That's what it looks like. But no, this is a whole regime that is against every religion. And they go under the disguise of other religions, of things that you may hold sacred, and they warp them. And they're all working into all of these religions. And even we see, because I was Jehovah's Witness for many years, they have their founding with these people as well. Mormons and everything. It's all recent. All of these kind of religions that we have right now are very recent. I don't want to get into that, but that has been my lifelong study. Where did that all come from? Like my just searching to find out who Jesus was, if we could find him in real time. And I'm putting a book on that, because serious. And what I've found out about Jesus is immense. But anyways, beyond that, all of these organizations, like the Catholic Church, you notice how he's saying, like, there's borders are wrong, it's immoral, and now they're talking in our Canadian Constitution saying that borders is against the Constitution. Like, seriously, the crazy stuff that they end up doing, that they've done with every country that they've overran. The whole rainbow crowd, all of that is pushed by them. And then when they do come in, because The Handmaid's Tale is, when you read history, when you start reading what happened in the Soviet Union, you start reading what happened in Lebanon and in Iran and everything, it's The Handmaid's Tale. So all of you feminists out there, all you liberal women out there, you are giving away your sacred right. You're giving away your sacred right to actually have your crown of glory, for one. You're giving away your sacred right of who you are. I mean, that's such a big, deep canyon to go in about the sacred feminine and how that was wiped out of our history. But anyways, I'm not going to go into that. But what you are seeing, that, as they say that men are the same as women, it's dirtying you. It's dirtying the feminine. It's taking away from the true women. It's again stripping it and making them less than. Cover up. You're not worthy. You are less than. You don't get virgins when you die in heaven. You are one of them repeatedly every night. These are the philosophies that are coming in. I saw a what do they call, teacher, Muslim teacher, and he was asked that question. Well, what about the women? What happens to them? All these devoted women that are covering themselves and getting down on their knees and saying Allah and Allah and Allah. He couldn't say, oh, they will see things they never saw before. What were those things that they're going to see? What is it? Because their philosophy is so demonic. It's so, you are a thing when you are in that religion. And that, anyways. I'd like to introduce you to some of my videos that I put out about all of the goddess statues all over America and everything, showing our true history of and all the books that I've read on that in the ancient literature. I'd like to. But they take my channel down about every 2 weeks, and therefore goes all of that content. And it takes a bit of time to upload it and rethink it and reformulate it. And that's how they've done with my channel all along, because, yeah, I've been warning you guys about what's going on right now, and I hope that you listen to what I'm saying. So all of you that are thinking, free, all of these, like, Palestine, free, Ukraine, you got to know what you're freeing, what you want to have free, and what it will do to you. You're all standing there in front of the cage. Let the dragon out. Let the dragon out. It's cruel to keep the dragon in there. Let the dragon out. Anyways, have a good day.